In Ezekiel 23:20, they talk about lusting after her lovers whose genitals were like those of donkeys. In the book of Genesis, Lot's own daughters get him drunk and have intercourse with him without his knowledge. I don't read these to offend. I just want to point out, despite all this talk about censorship and banning books, that is a book many of you bring your children to hear about every Sunday because you trust your pastors to guide you through it. I'd ask you trust our teachers also, and more importantly, trust our kids. Shielding them from the truth by censoring books like Ruby Bridges and MLK's March on Washington will not protect them. It will only hurt them and keep them from a real understanding of the world around them. And in the bigger picture, I hope everyone realizes this is a coordinated attack on our public schools, designed to sow distrust. While Governor Lee spearheads an effort to steer our public tax dollars to privately run charter schools Tennessee will soon be flooded with, even as local school boards vote against them. Rutherford County was already overruled. It will happen here too. I hope you'll speak up. Let's let teachers teach. Stop attacking our public schools, which are the lifeblood of this country and this community. Thank you.
Honestly, I don't know what to do because normally when I see a city government meeting, the person talking in it is crazy.
That's the wind of time. The wind that is blowing through the black people, through the white people, through the Chinese people. Hail Fauci!
Wow, glad we were all here for that. Just nice to see somebody speak some sense for a change. And this person who's speaking that sense is Justin Canoe. He's a father. He's in Tennessee, he has run for Congress, and he more than once has attended these meetings in order to call out right-wingers and their straw man attack on critical race theory. And he cuts right to the quick.
Didn't plan on speaking, but here we go. First of all, critical race theory is not in our schools, and it never was. And the people here to complain about it did not know what it was 6 months ago and had never heard of it. That's why they're going after diversity, equity, and inclusion instead and trying to pretend they're the same thing. They aren't. And frankly, there aren't many communities around the globe that need DEI more than this one that we live in.
So there's a lot to wrap your head around there. I'll go through a lot of it piece by piece. First off, critical race theory, what is it? Well, it doesn't matter because no one who's talking about critical race theory and what's wrong with it in our schools understands it or cares to understand it. It is just a boogeyman used to scare conservatives into getting rid of public education, period.
What's there to understand about reading assigned to our children that associates white people with the devil?
That's the part that Justin Canoe is pointing out that nobody else is talking about. Most times when you talk about critical race theory, it's just in the context of it being a messaging campaign from conservatives because they have no other ideas. They don't have any tangible policy ideas that benefit their voters. Frequently, poor voters on the right are motivated by like these weird scare tactics because that's all the right knows how to do. Most of their tax policy benefits the wealthy, and so they just kind of throw this red meat at their constituents to get them all riled up and bloodthirsty.
A disease born from the hateful halls of left-wing academia, critical race theory undermines the positive core beliefs of America by redefining the nation as an engine of oppression.
And right now that red meat is critical race theory. This vague idea that teachers are teaching white kids that they're evil and stuff. And then you always press conservatives for examples of that. They can't come up with any. And then they revert to this argument that, well, those complex concepts of the legacy of slavery are too intense for young children. And then as Justin points out, and I've pointed out on this very channel, that same day they take them to church and show them a guy bleeding on the cross and dying, and then ignore the fact that the Bible's full of all kinds of stuff, not the least of which is what Justin mentioned, but also includes like forced abortions through poisoning and how like King David killed somebody's husband so he could marry the woman. Like really messed up Old Testament shit. But worth pointing out is at the same time, all of these conservatives, the Betsy DeVos types and the Koch types, are actually trying to submarine and undercut and discredit public schools. No one is talking about this but Justin. They want public schools to go away. Not so that they can replace them with wholesome, better, kinder schooling, but so they can make money. Private investment firms from that Bible Belt capital, New York City, are throwing millions of dollars at charter school initiatives, which are basically funneling money out of local school areas toward private institutions that, get this, also use public buildings and public funds. and taxpayer dollars. That's it, with a profit motive. So they can replace public schools with Betsy DeVos's yacht sailing friends' money-making schemes. And what's worse, they're trying to make money off kids. So at the time where they're talking about the left being the child traffickers, they're the ones trying to make bank off little Sally and Billy Bob Jr. That's sick. And those people can go right to hell. I'm Brett. Watch more videos right here on Rebel HQ. I'll teach you how to fight.